Hai guys, selamat datang lagi di Tigerly Official Gaming Channel, tempat dimana kita bermain video game bersama sampai tamat guys. Nah, kali ini kita akan lanjutkan lagi permainan game Final Fantasy XVI, dimana ceritanya itu si Clive dan Uncle Byron sedang mencoba mencari jalan agar bisa ngetangkap si Kupka ya guys ya. Nah, tentunya ini sudah cukup jauh guys, so apabila kamu ingin nonton dari awal, silahkan cek playlist yang aku taruh di video ini ya. Dan juga kamu bisa subscribe agar tidak ketinggalan update video berikutnya di channel ini guys. Thank you untuk supportnya ya, dan tanpa menunggu lama, mari kita lanjutkan perjalanan Clive di Final Fantasy XVI. Dan di sini kita kemarin ya guys ya, ada cutscene si Uncle Byron sedang mencoba menyogok bawaannya si Kupka guys. Nah, ini ada kotak guys, jangan lupa kamu ambil ya. Kita dapatin 2 goblin coins dan di sini udah nggak ada apa-apanya lagi guys. Nah, kita ada misi berikutnya yaitu rendezvous with the soldier in the desert guys, dan juga fulfill Lubor's request. So ada 2 misi ya guys yang ada di sini ya. Kalau kita cek, nah lokasi berikutnya tuh ke sini guys, follow the crystal. But anyway, kita ada satu misi lagi yaitu fulfill Lubor request ya guys ya.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both.
Kill them both, you say? Are you sure?
Get him.
This It's not over yet, Uncle. Good. I'm just getting warmed up.
Ada magician ya guys, kita take down dulu magiciannya. Kita bakar mereka rame-rame guys. Jangan kasih celah ya, jangan kasih ampun guys.
highest one. Too slow. Get him.
Masih ada nih. Gue pikir udah KO semua nih. Waduh, masih ada lagi guys ternyata guys. Nggak bisa habis ya. Cuma untungnya level 28. Pakai Chocobo mereka. Kasian juga sih kalau ada Chocobo ya.
It's over.
Kita bantai guys. Ada 3 wave ya, tapi 3 wave nggak bisa menaklukkan si Clive. Dan level kita juga cukup jauh dibandingkan mereka guys.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalimil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Of all the... Ugh!
Here, wear this. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalimil is back in bed with Sid.
Umialos delan. Tu isakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Dan ya, itu tadi ya questnya guys. Dan ternyata si kita ini, si Byron dan si Clive itu berhasil ngejebak orang-orangnya si Kupka guys. Dan mereka ternyata benar ya, ada main di belakang layar dengan para royalis guys. Dan kita sudah meng-take-care mereka semua dan mereka udah tewas. Dan ternyata itu juga menyelesaikan masalahnya si Lubor. Jadi 2 quest selesai dalam 1 action guys. Nice banget. Dan sekarang mari kita lanjutkan ya guys ya. Tapi sebelumnya, make sure guys kamu subscribe dulu agar tidak ketinggalan update video di channel ini. Thank you untuk supportnya ya guys ya. Dan let's continue. Nah sekarang kita ke belakang dulu ya guys. Ini ada side mission. Kalau kita cek di petanya ada 2 ya guys yang bisa kita kerjakan di sini ya. Dan ini area sudah kita buka guys. Nah sekarang kita akan kerjakan side mission dulu ya. Sama si Safa ini guys.
Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I.
Oh, wait. Are you Clive?
Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalimil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalimil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalimil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
Nah ini guys, questnya itu adalah kita harus bicara sama orang-orang untuk menemukan petunjuk membuat sebuah pisau guys. Nah kalau kita lokasinya itu ada di bawah ya guys. So kita akan jalan ke bawah. Kita cari orang yang bisa memberikan kita petunjuk ya guys. Ini orangnya guys, kita bicara ya.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
Kita udah dapat satu petunjuk ya guys. Sekarang kita harus cari petunjuk berikutnya guys di sini ya. Tadi kita udah lewatin area ini tapi kita nggak nemu ya guys. Itu ada quest baru. Katanya sama The Butcher ya guys. Tadi itu sama Hunter ya. Where are you? Ah, ini dia kelewatan kita guys.
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense. So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation.
Yes.
Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Nah, kita udah bawa 2 riddles dan dengan jawabannya ya guys ya. Semoga ini membantunya guys.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalimil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalimil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Ternyata belum selesai questnya guys. Dan kita harus kemana nih? Ya ampun, kita harus ke sini guys. Ada teleport nggak nih? Teleport ada nggak? Waduh, jauh banget ya. So mau nggak mau kita harus jalan lagi nih guys. Kita harus keluar dari sini. Jaraknya sekitar 280 yard ya. Kita panggil ya Ambrosia ya. Kita naik Chocobo aja. Biar cepet guys, kita langsung samperin ya tempat questnya. Katanya di sana ada seorang ahli material yang bisa ngebantu dia buat sebuah pisau guys, yang sesuai dengan tips yang kita dapetin dari warga di sana ya. Hopefully ini bisa membantu kita ya guys ya. Nah udah deket, kita turun dulu dari Chocobo kita.
You deserve a rest.
Ini dia guys.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalimil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalimil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalimil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
Limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. So, do you crush it up, or just throw it in the furnace?
Alright guys, dan sekarang kita harus mencari limestone ya guys. Dan ini jaraknya kita lihat. Seriusan di sini nih, carving out the nice. Ya benar ya guys ya.
Take a sniff, good sir. Needed to a silken softness.
So, kata si orang yang akan ngebantuin kita hanya butuh limestone aja supaya itu bisa ngemurnikan besi guys, dan itu membuat besi itu jadi lebih kuat ya. Dan material limestone ini adalah material yang sangat-sangat gampang ditemui di Dalimil.
I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Tolmeki and Walud are allies, and as you've seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Dan nggak sengaja kita nge-trigger cutscene ya, dimana ini adalah jalan untuk ke quest berikutnya ya guys, untuk nge-kill si Kupka. Tapi sekarang kita selesaikan side mission dulu aja.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
After this ya, Uncle Byron. Nah, kita ambil aja guys. Ini sepertinya daerah tambang ya guys, dan material limestone itu ini semua guys, bisa kita ambil. Dan terakhir di sini. Oke.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Seven needs.
Ya, hopefully ya Clive. Kita sekarang harus mengantarkannya lagi guys. Ini lokasinya kemana? Kita antarin ke ujung aja. Di dekat. Kita teleport aja guys, biar lebih cepat ya.
Well, this is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat.
Nah, ini dia si Sava guys.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalimil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalimil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalimil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava. Know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalimil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen. Thank you, Clive. I honestly don't think I could have done it without all your help.
Alright Sava, you're welcome. So guys, kita udah bantuin si Sava untuk ngepas dia punya tes ya guys, agar dia tetap bekerja di warungnya si Lubor guys. Nah, the next step kita akan ngerjakan set quest yang ada di sini.
The most fragrant herb Fresh bread, warm from
Nah,
the
ini
oven.
set case kedua kita ya guys. So kita akan coba tanya apa yang bisa kita bantu sama orang ini ya. Sama Saver guys, the warehouse owner.
All those years of toil, every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
Nah guys, kalau quest yang satu ini itu karena permandian air panas ini terlalu panas guys katanya airnya. Dan dia nggak bisa tinggalin tempat ini ya, so mau nggak mau dia nyewa jasa kita guys. Nah kalau dicek untuk lokasinya, katanya nggak jauh tapi ternyata cukup jauh juga ya guys ya. So kita keluar dari sini guys. So langsung aja lah ya kita sapa teman kita yang satu ini ya.
That explains the heat.
Oh. Ini angin nih. Ini sekalian kita recovery health kita ya guys. Ngekill satu aja cukup lama guys. Alright, satu telah tewas. Aduh.
This one.
Oke, masih ada kah? New enemies approach. Waduh. Malah ke bawah kita guys. Cukup kewalahan kita lawannya ya guys ya. Sudah habis untuk setengah hit point kita guys. Ini kita lagi recovery aja. Ini boss bomnya ya guys ya. Cukup alot ternyata guys.
Get him. Stay down.
Oke, berhasil kita kalahkan dia guys. Enemy slain ya. Oke.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
Yes, I think we solved the problem, Clive. Nah, karena kita udah traveling guys, so kita harus pergi ke sini nantinya. Tapi sebelum itu kita akan laporin dulu ya guys ke sini guys. So kita akan teleport aja biar cepet ya.
This is no good.
Nah, ini kita udah sampai guys. Kita antarin bahwa kita udah kill ya tadi untuk kawanan bom yang membuat areanya tuh jadi lebih panas. Nah, ini dia guys.
I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Nah, ini kita dapatin 2 hadiah ya guys, The Breath of Inferno, Ignition, and Scarlet Tide. Nah, ini material cukup penting guys. So, kurasa untuk side quest di sini tuh udah selesai semua ya guys. Dan kita bisa lanjutin ke cerita utama kita di sini, The Riddle of the Sands. So guys, that's it untuk video kali ini ya. Thank you banget buat teman-teman sudah nonton sampai ending guys. Dan jangan lupa juga di subscribe ya, biar kamu gak ketinggalan update dari video game ini sampai di mana guys ya. So thank you ya udah join sampai sesi akhir video. Dan sampai jumpa lagi di chapter berikutnya. Stay gaming and stay happy.